Sadhu, sadhu, Sadhu. Let's do our chanting before we start the meditation. If you are following our chanting book, you can turn to page 5. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. The three refuges. Buddhaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Saṅghaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ sarenaṃ gacchāmi. Next page. The 5 precepts. Pānāti pātā vīremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Adinnādāna vīremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Kāmesu micchācārā vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Musāvādā vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Surāmeraya majña pamādatthāna vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විඤ්ඤාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්ම සාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehi Pansiko Opanayiko Patjatang Veditabbo Vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujjupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Attha purisa punggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakkiniyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyak ketang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarappaditene Deepene tamadang sina Tilok Deepang Sambuddhang Pujayami Tamonudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttene dhupe nahang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajane muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating pujayami munindatse සිරිපාද සරෝරුහි පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලභාමි මොක්ඛං uppang milayati yatha idang mi kayo tatayati vinase bhavang. Offering of water. Adhivasitu no bhante පානීයං පරිකප්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Offering of drinks. අදිවාසීතු නුබන්ති ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Worship of shrines. වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සබ්බඨානීසු පතිත්ථිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Ikcheva macchanta namaste Namaste Manu Ratanante Anyang Punyami Sandang Vipulang alatang Tansanu bhavini Hatante ayo. Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the link in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone for our meditation session. On this Wednesday, we are sitting all together as a community. While we are sitting here, we know that so many people have been affected or infected by this COVID-19, and so many of our fellow people, citizens, fellow um, people have been affected. So, as people who are healthy, who have time to engage in this kind of activity, it is our paramount duty to think about all these people who have been affected and then extend our loving kindness towards all of them, wishing them all recovery, healing, and boost of their immunity. So it is our duty as healthy people. It is our duty. So I'm so glad that all of us are here today. Let us today specifically think about all these people who have been affected by this COVID-19 right now, throughout the country and throughout the world. So many and many people have become victims to this COVID-19, and we were mindful enough and we were fortunate enough to be away from that. But as now our duty is to think about those people and give our strength for them to recover and to be healed. So let us make this opportunity to do that. So let us, in our loving kindness meditation, we will specifically think about all these people and give our goodwill and give our wholesome wish for them to get healed sooner. So, with that a good inspiration, so let us start our practice. Our practice is not only for ourselves, this practice is to benefit so many other people today, specifically all these people who are suffering due to this COVID 19. So, with that wholesome, altruistic purpose, let us start our practice. So, you can make a determination that today we are doing this for the benefit of so many people. So think about the wholesome influence that you are going to do for a lot of people and make a determination that I will treasure all the lives of the people and I will make an extra effort to engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With this determination, let us listen to this bell and gather our attention to this very present moment. Use the sound of the bell to gather all of your attention to this moment and bring all the attention and turn it inwards and bring it to this moment. And at the end of the bell, we will do our chant together to further help us to settle to this moment. Feel your body. Just come to this present moment and simply anchoring our attention in our body. Let us try to feel our body as closely as we can, as a way of bringing our mind to this present moment. We can feel our legs, our feet and lower legs, where they touch now. Just noticing those sensations in the feet and lower legs. And then slowly moving upward in the body and feel where our body meets the cushion or chair. Feel those pressed muscles. Let us now move to our back area, observing the sensation throughout our back. Feel whatever sensations we can feel around your shoulder blades, with your clothes. And gently bringing the attention to the front part of the body, feeling throughout the chest area and moving to our belly, observing the subtle sensations with the breath. Let us acknowledge the basic outline of this body, how this body is sitting here. We are here and now, nowhere else. We are here, calmly sitting. With this awareness of the body, now we can gently relax our body further and further. This is a good time that we can relax whatever tightness, stiffness we may have been carrying throughout the body and throughout the day. We can purposely relax our body. Let us relax our facial muscles. Let us try to relax our forehead by simply moving and dropping our eyebrows, giving a gentle relaxation to the forehead. No ripples there. And we can relax our face further by dropping our jaw inside the mouth, a gentle drop of the jaw, relaxing the whole area. Further, we can invite a gentle smile to our mouth. giving a gentle smile, and see the relaxations of the muscles in the face with that gentle smile. Just now further relax our body. We can take a moment to lengthen our breath a little bit. We will lengthen our in breath a little bit. Slow, longer breath. And when we breathe out, let us see whether we can drop our shoulders a little bit further down. Let us again lengthen the next breath also, taking a little long breath. And when we breathe out, allow your chest to drop further, relaxing all the muscles there. We will also take another long breath slowly. When we breathe out, allow your belly to drop to the front. Let us keep relaxing, releasing the whole body. If you have any tightness, tension, or pain in any parts of the body, bring your whole attention to that area and try to see whether you can allow that area to open up, relax, and release. Using your breath, you can try to relax those tightened areas, the areas with some discomfort. Keep relaxing, releasing, loosening the whole body. We will let this body to rest like this. We will let it to rest. Simply resting here with all the loosened muscles. While letting this body to rest here, let us bring our whole attention to our mind. Let us bring our whole attention to our mind and take a moment to observe what are the thoughts or memories coming to our mind right now. Let us take a moment without going after any thought. We will simply notice whatever the thoughts keep coming to our mind right now. Let us remind ourselves Whatever the thoughts occurring in our mind that are related to the past, let us remind ourselves those incidents are not happening right now. All these incidents already has happened. They are not happening anymore. We only have an impression or memory of them. We will simply let go of these thoughts, not important. And whatever thoughts that are related to future, our concerns, fears and anxiety, let us remind ourselves we can attend to them when these things happen really. But right now, those things are not happening. We will let go of them, giving ourselves a little freedom for this moment, letting go of thoughts about the concerns about the future, just for a moment. Let us be with this present moment. Present moment is a simple moment. Very simple. Let us try to be in this very simple moment. To this present moment, let us now purposely invite a wholesome quality. We will gradually guide our mind to become as wholesome as it can. We can transform this mind to become one of the most wholesome mind. We can do it right now. We will gently guide our mind to be a very wholesome one by inviting loving kindness. Loving kindness is the willingness for everyone to be well. Loving kindness is the friendliness towards all beings. And it is an inner capacity we all have. Let us now invite that beautiful loving kindness to arise, appear in our mind. We will open our heart and allow that willingness for everyone to be well, that friendliness to surface in our mind. We will create room for that loving kindness to arise. Just like when we see a beautiful smile of a little baby, just like when we are petting a puppy, kitten, or any other pet, just like when we are sitting with the most trusted, beloved person in our life, imagine how we would feel if we are next to that person or if we are with that little baby or little pet. Let us open our heart just like that. Let us generate that readiness to care, that willingness to help, loving kindness. Let us now try to cultivate this wholesome mental quality. We can grow this wholesome quality stronger and stronger. We can do it by wishing and directing our loving kindness to all different kinds of people and beings. Let us continue to make good wishes to everyone in order to cultivate this beautiful, wholesome loving kindness. Let us keep wishing for everyone. Let us start with ourselves. The all living beings includes this living being sitting here. We will start with this living being. Let us direct that unconditional friendliness to this person. Let us make a wish. May this person sitting right here be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Continue. Continue to make all good wishes to yourself. Let us be generous to ourselves. Let us be kind to ourselves. With deep acceptance, forgiveness, and compassion, let us make all the good wishes we can make to ourselves. If you have a special concern, make a special wish for yourself now. Let us now direct this loving kindness to this body. This body has been helping us to live this human life. This body and the immunity system of this body has protected us. Let us take a moment to direct this loving kindness, this body, with deep appreciation and wishing healing to each part of the body. Let us now specifically think about our lungs and our respiratory system. Feel your breath. Feel the function of this respiratory system. May these lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digesting system, all the organs in this whole digesting system, which helps us to absorb the nutrients and energize the body, may this whole digesting system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, from the top of the head all the way to the tips of the toes, allow this loving kindness to penetrate to each and every part of the body. May this whole body, each cell, each bone, each joint, each corner of the whole body be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now expand this loving kindness beyond this body, beyond ourselves, to everyone else. Expanding this wish to all others. Let us wish the same to all people who are connected to our life. May everyone in our family, may all our good friends, including the spiritual friends joining us in this meditation right now, may all these beloved people, every one of them, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us now expand this wish beyond this beloved people to everyone else, genuinely wishing well being to all other people. Let us direct our attention to all people who have been infected right now. May all these people living everywhere in the country and in all other parts of the world, may all these people who are struggling with the virus right now, may they all be well, be healthy. May they all receive proper care and treatment. May their immunity be stronger and stronger. May they all recover soon. May they all be healed. Be healed. Be healed. Let us wish for all other people, all other beings living everywhere, in all directions. Let us wish for people and beings living in each direction, fully focusing on people and beings living in one direction at a time. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our front, whoever the people and beings living in this direction right now, from here all the way to faraway places, be well, be well, Be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our right, every one of them living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our back, where the beings living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our left, all of them living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be well. May all living beings living in every direction, above, below, all across. May all life, each and every living organism, without exception, be well, be well, be well. Loving kindness pervade into every direction, embracing everyone with this loving kindness wish. Rejoice, this most wholesome mental state, limitless love, boundless loving kindness, pervade into every direction, embracing all. Rejoice, this wholesome state of the mind. Let us now try to attend to the calmness that we developed throughout this loving kindness meditation. As a result of loving kindness meditation, we have now created a relatively calm, stilled state of the mind. Let us now enhance this calmness further and further, experiencing deeper and deeper levels of calmness, stillness, serenity. We will now gently bring our attention to our breath and allow our mind to rest with the breath. Nothing else to do right now. Everything is calm, everything is relaxed. We can gently rest our mind with the breath. Try to feel the experience of in-breath. Where do we feel the in-breath? And then experience of out-breath. The constant flow of the breath inward and outward. Let us try to feel these sensations and be with that sensations again and again. This is the time to allow our mind to rest with the breath. Let us be with our breath for a few minutes, experiencing deeper and deeper levels of calmness. Gently come out of the meditation. Dukkhapattache Nidukkha Bhayapattache Nibbhaya Sukapattache Nisukha Hontu sabbe pi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Let us now take a moment to feel grateful for this moment in our life to have meditation. Feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to anyone who helped our meditation tonight. Let us feel grateful to anyone who tried not to disturb our meditation tonight. Let us feel grateful to this device that helped us to connect to this meditation, and to this cushion, the chair, the bell, and everything. Deeply feel grateful to all people and all things that made this meditation possible for us today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Yeah, so we did our extension, our radiation of loving kindness to all these people who are um, going through very difficult time right now. We hope that they will receive, they will feel our loving kindness, and they will feel some solace uh, as a result. Okay, so today for our discussion, um, um, so this month of November, right? So month of November is the month of gratitude. So we have Thanksgiving season coming up in this month. So I think it's better, in this during this month we will focus on gratitude. How important is the gratitude, and how we can enhance that. What kind of things we can do to feel more grateful. Because gratitude is a wholesome emotion, and the more we contain, more we have our gratitude, it's going to benefit us first. Yeah. And so let's focus on that. And meanwhile, when we are discussing this, if you have any questions that you like to ask, or share anything, you can go to live chat section in our YouTube video, and you can go to live chat section and type and send your question or sharing or thoughts. So please feel free to do that while we are doing this discussion. Um, so Bhante, I thought that to bring out one aspect of gratitude, because when we want to be grateful to someone, when we want to be grateful to something, so we have to purposely pay our attention to the positive aspect of that person, right? Or the positive aspect of that, that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because any person or any situation can have both
Negative and positive.
negative aspects and the positive
Mm-hmm.
aspects, right? So any person can have strengths
Mm-hmm.
and also weaknesses. Any situation can have advantages and also disadvantages. So that's common. So when we want to practice gratitude, we want to make an effort to pay our attention or switch our attention to the positive aspects of that person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very important exercise, because anyone has these two aspects. Our we have a habitual pattern. Even our brain has a bias to turn our attention more towards the negative aspect.
Yeah.
Um, so in order for us to feel grateful, we need to make this conscious effort to like purposefully see the positive aspect of the person, the situation, or the thing. And particularly during this time, Bante, so because we are going through quite a difficult time, and and it is not it's not comfortable for many people, and we have so many limitations, and we have so many so many of our the people that we know have got ill, and so it's a difficult time. Um, but I think difficult people may think that when we have good time, we will be able to feel grateful easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think whenever we are in the bad time, it is during the bad time, Bante, we start to appreciate the good aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as we have good people to be with, as long as we have good situation, we take things for granted. So we
Mm-hmm.
don't really see the value of it.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you start to appreciate good health only when you get sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we are not sick, we don't think about good
Mm-hmm.
health. We don't feel
Mm-hmm.
grateful to our
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
We just live our life and use
Mm-hmm.
our body to do whatever things we want to do. But when we get sick, we start to appreciate, oh, how wonderful, I was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible to get sick, but I was healthy for a long time, right? So in the same way, during this time, we are spending a very difficult time, very limited. We cannot travel, we cannot meet people, we cannot go, and we cannot do many things that we used to do. And I think now it is the time that we can appreciate that the opportunity that we had before,
Mm-hmm.
many things that we have taken for granted, and particularly about the pandemic. Why a pandemic? Um, and we, as human society, we did not have an epidemic or pandemic for many decades. When we learn the history of human civilization, we hear many instances where people had experience of epidemic. If you open any book, any even literary book, in any literature, ancient literature, they talks about plagues, the plagues, the sicknesses, epidemics. And when you open any religious book, in many religious books also refer to many plagues
Mm-hmm.
and epidemic. And even in Buddhist literature, we have find many references to plagues and many
Mm-hmm.
diseases like epidemic. So it was a common phenomenon in human society. But during this, particular this century, and we were so fortunate not to face a serious epidemic, because our medical science was quite advanced. Of course, we had some some outbreak of like virus like Ebola,
Mm-hmm.
and also like a SARS,
Us,
like
yeah.
similar coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but fortunately, it was not spread throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
But those countries try to manage it and contain it. But this one we could not. But the main reason that we did not have that um, experience of epidemic or pandemic was thanks to discoveries made by so many dedicated people.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I mean, we find so many vaccines for chicken pox. Sorry, the not chicken, but
Just
smallpox,
one, yeah.
smallpox, and so many other diseases. So this is a time that we should appreciate. We should appreciate and be grateful to those people,
Mm-hmm.
who dedicated their life and and made these discoveries, and help human civilizations to to live without a pandemic, without an epidemic for many decades. So it's the time that we should be grateful for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so similarly, and now we don't get opportunity to meet people, and we don't get opportunity to like have like family gatherings,
Mm-hmm.
and friendly gathering. So it's also the time that we can appreciate, how wonderful, we had in that opportunity to meet. We should start to appreciate. We should not take things for granted. I think we have a habitual pattern that we take things for granted when we have them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is why the Buddha always asks us to contemplate on the impermanence, because the more you understand the impermanence, underlying reality of every experience, and we start to appreciate it, and, and we start to like cherish those moments, because we know that they are not going to last forever. And whenever we forget about impermanence and we take things for granted, so I think in this difficult time, it is. I think we have got an opportunity to like reflect, and try to discover the many assumptions, many things that we took for granted, and then start to appreciate. Yeah. When it comes to focusing on the good people, and particularly during this month, we should purposely make some effort to like express our gratitude to people in our life, in our family,
Mm-hmm.
maybe our friends, maybe our colleagues, even sometime maybe our neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
We should. This is the time. This is the month. We should
Mm-hmm.
express
Yeah.
our gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have limited ways to do that. We may not able to visit their homes, right? But we still
Yeah.
can maybe send a
Mm-hmm.
card and send a message, give a
Mm-hmm.
call. And when you do that, we want to purposely focus on the good aspect of it. And it's so important, when we focus on the good aspect of it. Maybe we have neighbors, every neighbor is not necessarily good in all aspects,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they may be good in one aspect, and they may have some weaknesses on other
Yeah.
aspects. So in doing the if and in an effort to feel grateful, we need to focus on that good aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever we focus on the good aspects of people, it first of all makes us healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It makes us feel fulfilled, joyful, and healthy. So when we think about good aspects of people, we are not denying that they have weaknesses, they have bad habits, they
Mm-hmm.
have unhealthy habit patterns.
Bad behavior. So.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we are not denying them. We see that they have
Mm-hmm.
them, but we don't want to like ignore the whatever little, at least a little goodness they have.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we focus on these actual little good things that they may have, and it could be our family members, our relationship with our family members is quite complex,
Mm-hmm.
because it's our family relationships are always connected to emotions. So very easily, they are very complex relationships. It's not really always smooth.
Mm-hmm.
So during this time, it's really important that we take time and purposely try to focus on whatever goodness that they have. And the two things happen here. Whenever we focus in the good aspect of the people, it helps us to it helps us to feel joyful and happy, and also it's so healthy for us. It also helps us to boost our immunity.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, when you focus on the wholesome aspect of the other person, it kind of uh, help the other person to improve that good side of that person.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we relate to the good aspect, whatever little goodness the other people have, it is like Bante, like, and I mean, we know that you love gardening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you put these plants, vegetables and flowers, and there are also weeds coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we have a nice garden, so we can there are plants like fruits, and then there are also weeds, right? And the plants that's automatically growing that may not necessarily useful. So in our taking care of the garden, what we should feed is not the
We.
weeds, but the other plants,
Yeah.
right? So if we start to feed the weeds, then the weeds will grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we relate to a person, when you talk to a person, when we think about the person, even
Mm-hmm.
when you think about the person, talk to the person, and interact with that person, if we focus on that weak part of that person,
Mm-hmm.
and that bad habits, on the negative aspect of that person, it is like feeding the weed.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we complain about it, we blame,
Criticize.
we argue
Mm-hmm.
about that, and of course we need to point out the
Mm-hmm.
bad aspect of that
Mm-hmm.
person, but we have to do it in a very smart way, in a very careful, skillful way. But it's going to be so useful, so effective, if we relate to the person from the good part of that person,
Mm-hmm.
whatever little good part that
Mm-hmm.
person has, and we should appreciate that little one. Let's say of one of our family members, maybe our neighbors, or one of our neighbors, or maybe one of our friends, once in a while, did a good deed. We should very generously should appreciate that, and we should say that I like when you speak softly. Let's say we have a family member or neighbor or friend who always speak harsh manner, always a very like not really not really smooth when they speak. So but once in a while they will speak in a smooth manner, right? So right there we should appreciate, I really like when you speak softly. When you speak softly, it makes some it makes sense, and it
Mm-hmm.
is so wonderful. So when you do that, you are like, among all these weeds, you choose a good plant to feed,
Yeah.
and that person will be surprised, a pleasant surprise, and that person will try to live up to that.
It will be a great turning point for him.
Him, yeah,
Mm.
recognize it. Oh, people like when I speak softly, right? So, so I think this month is a good month for us to take that task, take that challenge, and focus in these good qualities. Even when we want like send a card to someone, maybe in that card, it is good that we can specifically mention whatever good quality that we appreciate in that person.
Mm.
I really like your arrangement of the flowers.
Mm.
I really like the way you cook, whatever, maybe.
Mm.
So whatever the good part, we just mention that, and then and it's kind of helping the both ways, helping for us to feel joyful and feel happy, feel
Mm.
fulfilled, and appreciate the relationship, and also definitely boost our immunity,
Mm.
because gratitude boosts our immunity. So it's so helpful during this time.
Mm.
And so even with difficult people, we can focus on that good aspect, and then and do a good service to ourselves.
Mm.
And on the other hand, it also helps the other person to detect, identify, recognize that person's own good qualities, and then gradually improve them.
Mm.
Yeah. So there are two benefits of that.
Mm.
So this is a good month to do that, right? Yes,
Yeah.
month. Yeah. What do you think about that? And friends, what do you think about? And if you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to write in our chat section in our YouTube. Um, um, Meanwhile, uh, I like to share one story, Bante. This is a well-known story, um, but I think it's worth repeating. Because this shows that how when we always focus on the negative aspect of the people, or whenever we try to you know uh,
Feed.
treat
Mhm.
people in a negative way, how their negativity can be enhanced. Not,
Feed the weeds.
yeah, yeah, be the wheel.
Mm.
And this is a simile, Buddha has given um, in one of the sutras in the connected discourses. There, Buddha said that, monks, I will tell you a story that happened long, long time ago. And Buddha talks about this is a similar, interesting story, like a fairy tale. Buddha is talking about a monster,
Mhm.
um, and said that one day a monster happened to enter a palace of a king. When the monster entered this palace, we can call it demon, maybe a monster or demon entered the palace. The king was away. So this demon, or let's say monster, looks so horrible. It looks so fierce, and moreover, he's also so filthy,
Mhm.
and it smells so bad.
Mhm.
And nobody thought that there will be such a creature of that feeling, that smelling so bad and looking so ugly, so horrible. And whenever he's entered the palace, everyone in the palace got frozen. Who
Mhm.
is this? Never
Mhm.
seen such a one.
Mhm.
And when everybody was frozen, he was simply moving, sneaking and through the people, and entered the main the audience hall of the king, and went right away to the throne of the king
Mhm.
and sat down on the throne.
Mhm.
Nobody is sitting on that throne. And when all the other the guards saw this, the demon is on the throne, they all get really, really upset and really angry, and they all came in front of him and started to shout at him, who you are, who are you to sit on this throne? You don't belong here. Get out,
Mhm.
and get out and move away. And they were like shouting and blaming and doing all these things. And then all other servants also came, and they all started to shout at this demon. And Buddha said that these people didn't know that this demon is called bhakko.
Mhm.
Called bhakko. What's the
Mhm.
meaning of that word, Bhante? Called.
Who eats anger, right?
Yes, who eats anger.
Anger. Mhm. His
And
food is anger then.
anger. So it's called anger eating demon. Yeah,
Ah.
called Bako.
Mhm.
Anger eating demon. So, and his food is the anger.
Mhm.
So when these people are throwing anger at him with
Ah.
different words, with different,
Action.
actions and gestures and even from
Mhm.
thoughts,
Mhm.
what happened? This demon is growing bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
And not only he's becoming so fierce and so powerful, and because he's eating the anger,
Mhm.
anger is the food, so it becomes so powerful, and also starts smells so badly. Whatever he had is enhancing. So he's filthier now. And his voice is also very, like, very horrible. It's like obscene,
Mhm.
very foul, foul sound. And the more this people throw anger at him, he's becoming so powerful, so bigger and bigger. He grew bigger and bigger and bigger and filthy, and is and now he's almost the even bigger than the throne. So big.
Oh.
It has become such a big creature now. He
Mhm.
cannot go out now because he's
Mhm.
bigger than when he came.
Mhm.
And now everybody is shocked. What is happening
Mhm.
here?
Mhm.
He's bigger now, he's powerful now. And he's shouting, using all the obscene words and, filthy, such a mess. While this whole struggle happening, the king happened to return to the palace. And when king entered the palace, everybody else got silence. Before they got silent, the king was entering the hall, and he saw that how these people were shouting and try to hit
Mhm.
him, directing their weapons at him,
Mhm.
pointing
Mhm.
the weapons at him, everything. So whenever the king saw that whenever they are doing this the demon is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And as a king, he was an intelligent person, so he realized what is happening here.
Mhm.
This person is eating anger. The more anger you throw, he's becoming more
Mhm.
powerful. So when the king came closer to the hall, the throne, everybody else got really silent, and nobody's speaking. And king now took the turn. Instead of blaming and shouting, or maybe ordering, someone else to come and take this demon away, king used a different technique.
Mhm.
Suddenly, the king said that, "Oh, welcome to my palace." he,
Mhm.
he, he, he gave his kind gesture. Welcome to my palace. I'm so nice to meet you.
Mhm.
So that now the king is not throwing anger, and see that you look so tired, so frightened, so upset. Do you mind? Do you like to have some drink? And so the king was like, offering all this kindness to him.
Mhm.
And then what happened, because this demon was an anger eating demon, now he doesn't get any anger
Mhm.
from the king, from the other
Mhm.
party.
Mhm.
The more kindness directed at him, and this demon is becoming smaller and
Mhm.
smaller and smaller.
Mhm.
And then all other servants and guards, they also realize what is really happening here, and they also start to apologize,
Uh-huh.
because now of course they had to do that, because now king he has accepted welcomed him, so
Mhm.
others
Mhm.
have no choice. So they were like saying, "Oh, please forgive us. We were so sorry. We were saying the bad words to you. Yes, I'm ready to prepare some drink for you. Do you like tea or do you like some cool drinks? And and what else do you need? Do you need any other thing?" So they are all offering the kindness. The more they offer the kindness, the smaller the demon became, and smaller and smaller. Let's fill there. Let's fill there, and
Mhm.
let's. And what happened, the more kindness throwing at him, he has no food, in a way. And occurred to this story, Buddha is saying that the king also started to throw so much kindness to him. And what happened actually, the demon becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and so much kindness was there, actually demon disappeared completely. And after telling this, like kind of very fairy tale type of story,
Mhm.
and Buddha is telling the monks, monks, this is how this is how people behave. People, when you throw anger at them, they will not they may not be willing to accept their weaknesses. They'll become more stubborn, and they will try to justify their behavior, and they will increase those behaviors more and more. So it's not practical, it's not effective to like throw anger at them and try to, like,
Mhm.
if you really want to change them, throwing anger at them will not going to do it.
Mhm.
It's not going to be successful. Therefore, think about, there are many uh, many people may have, like, anger eating demons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you really want to change people, and you should not feed that.
Yeah, throwing angry words and doing that kind of actions, one can wake up or feed the demon inside
Inside,
others. Yeah.
yeah, you feed the demon
Mhm.
inside. So you should starve the demon
Yeah.
inside
Mhm.
by throwing the kind words, and then the demon will disappear.
Mhm.
So I think that's why when we focus on the good aspect, and when we point out this, at least some good aspects of these people, and their demon is starving,
Yeah.
and but their goodness is growing.
Mhm.
And so if you, whenever we appreciate that, whenever we thank, when we feel grateful towards that, they will grow.
Yeah.
The people will grow towards that quality.
Mhm.
So that should be
Our
our goal.
words, our birds are playing a great role there.
Very big role.
Mm.
Very big role. The,
How we manage, we use
how
our
we choose,
words, yeah.
how we choose our words is
Mm-hmm.
very important. Yeah. Okay, I hope that during this grateful month, you remember that you always try to focus on good aspects. It's not really denying the weaknesses. We need to like be careful about that. We need to like be mindful about that. We are not denying. Uh, we are not going to ignore or like, but we will we know about that. But we just want to have more comprehensive picture of the person by paying purposefully paying attention to the good aspect and then telling about that, expressing our thankfulness for that goodness, and then helping that person to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, with that, if you don't have any questions or any sharings, maybe we can move to the other part of the program. That happened there, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let us now move to the other part of the programs. If you are using our chanting book, turn to page number 14. Now it is time to share our merits with everyone by doing this practice together. We have generated so much goodness in our heart, so much good karma, good merits. Let us now share that good karma with all of others. Sharing this good merits with others and wishing all of them to benefit from this good karma, good merits. And first of all, let us recall to our mind with gratitude. With gratitude, let us recall to our mind people who were influential in our life, all our beloved family members, people who were with us, who influenced us in a good way. Let us think about them and share these merits with them. May all of our departed ancestors, family members, may they all share these merits. Let us express our gratitude towards them. May they share these merits, may they benefit from these merits, may they be well and happy wherever they may be. Idang mi
Ñātīnaṃ hotu
sukita
sukhitā
hontu
hontu ñātayo.
idam
Tammi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo.
Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any one who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share this merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful.
Ittavata ca amhehi sambhataṃ puñña sampadang sabbe devānumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiyā sabbe bhūtānumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiyā sabbe sattā anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiyā.
Wish for the well-being of the world in English.
May
May the
the
weather
weather
be
be
pleasing.
pleasing.
May
May
the
the
people
people
prosper
prosper
in
in
their
their
lives. May
May
there
there
be
be
peace
peace
and
and
happiness
happiness
in
in
the
the
world.
world.
May
May
the
the
rulers
rulers
be
be
righteous. May all
all
those
those
who
who
are
are suffering
suffering be
be free
free
from
from
suffering.
suffering. May
May
all
all
those
those
who
who
are
are
in
in fear
fear be
be free
free
from
from
fear.
fear. May
May
all
all
those
those
who
who
are
are
in
in grief
grief be
be free
free
from
from
grief.
grief. May
May
all
all beings
beings be
be well
well and
and
happy. Aspiration.
from
May this
wholesome
wholesome
acts
act quicken
become
the
the
liberation
liberation
of
of
my
my
mind
mind
from
from
mental
mental defilements.
defilements. By
By
virtue
virtue
of
of
this
this
wholesome
wholesome act,
act, may I
may I
never
never
follow the
follow the
unwise
unwise people.
people.
May
May
I
I associate
associate
with
with
good
good people
people
until
until
I
I
attain
attain
Nibbana.
Nibbana. purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Okay, now it is our blessing chant, blessing service. And today, especially, we want to do this blessing chant for you, wishing you strong immunity, safety, and good health. This is the period that we all need to be very careful and mindful and protect ourselves. So we really want to wish, may you have that mindfulness, may you have that care, and may you be able to protect yourself, and may you have a strong immunity. And we will chant the Loving Kindness Sutra. And today, both of us are here. Bante Pun also join us from distance, and he will also chant with us for you. And three of us wish you, may you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. And may you receive the blessings of the wholesome vibration that we are radiating now. And may you also receive the blessings of the loving kindness that we are radiating. And by the power of these wholesome vibrations, may you all be protected, and may you all be safe. May you develop a strong immunity. And you can also direct these blessings to anyone you like to share these blessings with, your family members, your friends, people who are sick. If you know anyone, any of them, think about them, share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicca sakko joce sojoce suvaco casansamudu anatimani santos sekoce subharoce appekincoce sallahuke butti Rioce nipakoce appegabbo kulesu ananugindo nacekundang samacari kimcine vinyo pare upavadeyong sukino akemino huntu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitatta ekeci pane bhutanti tasavatavarava anavasesa digavaye mahantava majjimaraskanukatulade Tavaye addittaye dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhavi siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta naparo parannikumbete nati mangyet katta cinang kanci vyarosana patigha sanjnananya manyasya dukkhamicce mata yatani yang puttang ayusa ek putte manurakke evampi sabba bhutesu manasang bhavaye apa
අපරිමානං මෙත්තං ච සබ්බ ලෝකස්මින් මානසං භාවයේ අපරිමානං උද්ධං අදෝච තිරියං ච අසම්බාධං අවේරං අසපත්තං තිත්තං චරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ වායාව තස්ස විගත මිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිට්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දිට්ඨිං අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනීයගේ දං නහි ජාතු ගම්බසීයං පුනරීති ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්බදා ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සම්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ.
Let us spend a moment of reflection. Let us try to recall to our mind whatever kind deed that we were able to do during last few days. If we had an opportunity to be kind to someone or help someone during last few days, let us recall to our mind those incidents. Even a very simple act of kindness. Let us rejoice. These kind deeds show that we can overcome our defilements, we can grow our goodness. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds, to other beings, with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere.
joy with all beings everywhere.
May my kind
May my
deeds
kind deeds
relieve the burdens of other
relieve the
beings.
burdens of other
May
beings.
my kind
May my
deeds
kind deeds
shield me from all dangers and
shield
pains.
me from all dangers and pain.
May my kind
May my
deeds
kind deeds
and merits that come from
and
them
merits that come from them
help me in free my heart.
help me free in my heart.
Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. During past few days, we may have received kindness from others, some help, even a kind word. Let us recall an actual incident that we received kindness from others. On this day,
On this day,
or in the
in
past,
the past,
if I have seen or heard
seen or heard
of the kind deeds done by others,
the kind deed of
with
others,
their body, speech, or mind,
with their body, speech, or
whether
mind,
great or little,
whether great or
here
little,
before the
here
Buddha,
before the
I
Buddha,
call to mind
I call to mind
those kind
those
deeds
kind deeds
and let my heart
and let my
rejoice.
heart rejoice.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
being always ready to praise kind people
being always ready to praise kind
and
people
follow their
and
example.
follow their example.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
appreciating that there are many good hearted people in the world.
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
May the kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of
bring
others
safety and happiness to many living
bring
beings.
safety and happiness to many living beings.
May the kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of others
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living
foster
beings.
gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
May the kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of others
nurture goodness in me
nurture goodness in me
and in many living
and in many
beings.
living beings.
Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
sadhu.
Okay, it was so good to have you all throughout the session. I'm so glad that you stayed from the beginning all the way now. And we hope that you'll continue to practice gratitude and during this month. And on this Sunday is our special gathering, our Thanksgiving gathering. We will gather in Zoom so we can see each other, we can talk to each other, we can interact. There's an interesting interactive sessions. We have sharing meal, and we have some games we are doing, not games but interactive
Activity.
activities. Yeah, so please plan to join us on this Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or Eastern time. So please plan, and please, I really want you to be there. We are going to have first online, gathering. Let's see how we can, do this, and we want to continue that, gathering through online over the next months. So please plan to attend that. So on this Sunday. So with that, let us now conclude, and we wish you. We have messages, Bandi.
That is thanking,
Yeah.
appreciating. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Welcome,
Yeah. Okay.
Kyoko,
Yeah.
Nancy. Yeah. Okay. See you next Sunday then. Yes. And until then, wish you good health.
Wish you good health.